Alright, what's up everyone? In this episode, I'm going to be comparing the Model 3 to the Model Y and see which one is the better car. So without further ado, let's dive right in. So first, we're going to start off by talking about the specs for these vehicles. So the standard range Model 3 has 262 miles of range, a 0 to 60 in 5.3 seconds, and a top speed of 145 miles per hour. Now the long range, which is what this model is, can do a 0 to 60 in 4.2 seconds, a 353 miles of range, and a top speed of 145 miles per hour. Now the performance can do a 0 to 60 in 3.1 seconds. It has 315 miles of range and a top speed of 162 miles per hour. Now, the Model Y long range, by the way, these two vehicles are the long range models. So the Model Y long range can do a 0 to 60 in 4.8 seconds, a top speed of 135 miles per hour, and a range of 326 miles. The performance can do a 0 to 60 in 3.5 seconds, a top speed of 155 miles per hour, and a range of 303 miles. So the standard range Model 3 starts at $33,690. The long range starts at $43,690. And the performance starts at $50,690. Now the long range Model Y starts at $49,190. The performance starts at $56,190. So overall, the Model Y is slightly more expensive than the Model 3, but it's very close to each other. Now let's talk about the exterior design. So the front, I think I like the front of this a bit more because this has a little bit more chunkiness going on, but it still looks great. This is just slightly better. Now let's compare the side. So the Model Y, I really love the side profile of the Model Y. I love the white paint, the black trim, and the 20-inch induction wheels. They look so beautiful. It just complements the side profile so much. Now let's see how the Model 3 looks from the side. Now this is going to be quite surprising to you, but I prefer the side profile of the Model Y than this particular Model 3. Here's why. First of all, we have the chrome trim and the 18-inch Aero wheels. Now, they help with range. That's why we got them over the 19-inch wheels, but to me they don't look so good, especially compared to the 20-inch wheels. But it could be a different story if we have the bigger wheels on the Model 3 with the white paint and the black trim. Could be a different story. But overall, between these two, prefer the side of the Model Y. Now, time to compare the backs. So, definitely prefer the look of the back of the Model Y because it has some more blackness going on here and that just makes it look more aggressive. Also, the Model 3 looks a bit blobby, to be fair. That looks more aggressive. So, yeah, I like the look of this slightly more than the Model 3. So, going into the interior now, the Model Y is a really nice place to be because it has a really minimalist design, and that just makes you feel comfortable. Minimalist interiors makes you feel comfortable. Now, sitting in a Tesla for like 2 years now, when I go into another car with like so many buttons everywhere, I don't feel really comfortable as in the Tesla interior. So, the design, really nice. I really like the steering wheel. That's something I've been saying for quite a while. And I also really like the wood trim. And now let's talk about the quality. So we have soft touch here, soft touch here. The steering wheel feels really soft. Soft touch here, padded. It feels soft on your elbow. Even soft touch here, so it's padded for your knee. You can rest your knee, feels soft. You even have soft touch here on the glove box. The seats, they're really comfortable. They have really soft vegan leather. The structure, so solid. Look at that. So solid. Wow. Impressive, Tesla. However, Tesla did cheap out here and they added hard plastic, but it's the same story with the latest Model 3, and that also had scratchy plastics here. But overall, the quality in here is really good. So now let's see how the Model 3 is. Now, getting into the Model 3 after the Model Y, you instantly noticed how much lower it is compared to the Model Y. This is a 2019 Model 3, so that means we have the old center console, the steering wheel is in real leather, and there's more gloss finishes in places. So the interior, same design, really minimalist, very comfortable, and the quality in here is almost as good as the Model Y. This bit here does wobble a bit, and when I shake the center console, I do hear a bit more creaking. However, one thing I do like in this particular Model 3 more than the Model Y is you have soft touch here. So yeah, really nice. However, they did do the same thing as in the Model Y. They cheaped out here with hard plastic in the latest Model 3. Overall, the quality between the two is pretty much the same. The interior, the Model 3 just feels lower than the Model Y. The Model Y feels higher. So yeah, basically it's your choice if you'd like a car that feels lower or higher. Now going into the back seats of the Model 3, it is pretty roomy for me. I am 5'1". I have lots of headroom thanks to this glass roof. And the seat is in its farthest back position, so I have just about enough knee room, and I cannot stretch my feet out too much. It's a bit difficult because the seat rails are quite low. If you have the seat all the way up, then it's pretty easy to stretch your legs out. You have this armrest, though it's not really too great because it's covered in these cup holders and it's not comfortable. But what I do is you have some soft leather here, so I just rest it here. But still not the best. It should have leather here and the cup holders like popping out from here, like in the Model S. Overall, pretty roomy. Now let's see how the Model Y is. Now, going into the Model Y, this is just so much more comfortable than the Model 3. I have probably even more headroom. Knee room, I think, is almost the same as the Model 3. If we'd had the seat all the way back, I think it would be the same. However, the biggest difference is the fact that the seat is at this angle higher, so you have more inner thigh support than the Model 3. The Model 3, you kind of sit like this because the batteries are under the floor, so the floor is quite high. But my favorite part is the fact that you can just stretch out so much more in here than in the Model 3. Also, when you pop down the armrest, you have more soft leather here, so you have a part here to rest your arm, and then you have your cup holders, though they still should go for the cup holders like somewhere here, so that way you can rest your arm over here. But what I do is I actually sometimes rest my arm like this. So another thing I really like is the fact that you can actually recline the seats. Also, you have adjustable rear headrest, though it doesn't have that much adjustment to it, so not really too helpful for me. Yeah, definitely more comfortable in here than the Model 3. Now it's time to compare the trunk capacity. So the Model 3, this is a 2019 model, so it has a manual trunk. There is quite a lot room here. You have some more space under here. We have some stuff underneath there, and you also have a side cubby over there, and you can fold the seats down, though you have to go to there and then fold it from there. But this trunk is pretty big, especially for a vehicle this size. Now let's go into the Model Y. This, ladies and gentlemen, is where we are talking. Look at that! Look at that compared to the Model 3. So, if you pick this up, you have some more storage. You have side cubbies on both spots, and you also have storage here too. And you can fold down the seats from here. And as you guys saw in my video of 10 reasons why you should buy a Tesla, I folded down the seats and then laid down. But you can fold the seats down and put a bed there, and then you can sleep in your Tesla. Awesome. Now let's compare the driving of these two. So my dad has driven these two vehicles for quite a while now, and my dad rates the steering on the Model Y a 9 out of a 10, and the same for the Model 3, a 9 out of a 10. The handling, my dad gives the Model Y an 8 out of a 10, and the Model 3 a 9 out of a 10. The acceleration, my dad gives an 8 out of a 10 for the Model Y, and a 10 out of 10 for the Model 3. For the suspension, my dad gives both of these vehicles a 9 out of 10. The vision, my dad gives the Model Y a 9 out of 10, and the Model 3 an 8 out of 10, which is pretty obvious because the Model Y is higher, so you get a better view up front. So, ladies and gentlemen, it's time to decide which of these two cars is the better one? Well, this is so difficult. They're both awesome cars. They have great technology, they're incredibly safe cars, and they also look great too. So, basically, if driving matters to you, this is your car. But if you need a family car which has lots of room and is comfortable for passengers, this, ladies and gentlemen, is your car. So, what would be my pick? Well, as a child, I'd go for the Model Y. Number one, it's more comfortable. Well, that's not only the reason. Between these two, this is the latest Model Y, so it has the latest technology. It's got the center console, the boombox, it's got a powered trunk, it's got the latest technology. So that's why, as a child, I'd go for this. But when I become an adult and there are still cars that you can drive manually, could be a different story. But anyways, that's gonna wrap it up today's episode. Thanks everybody for watching this episode. Smash the like and subscribe button, turn on the notifications so you don't miss out on any new posts, send a comment down below, and catch you guys in the next episode.